You're going to learn about the trading plan blueprint as well as a summary of the pre-trading checklist. So you're going to create your trading plan. You're going to execute the trading plan and actually implement it into your trading. And then you're going to assess your trading plan and see how well you did based on your actual trading results. So this is a one-page trading plan, and understand professionals have a trading plan. It's those that are brand new to trading that don't have a trading plan, and they tend to, more often than not, gamble and guess and just take random trades and not understanding what they're doing. So the sooner you can implement a trading plan, the sooner you can be on the right track to success. So just looking at this, you can notice that there's 7 different items within your trading plan, but your number one goal is writing down the number one thing you have to fix to make yourself better. So you look at how you did last week, and if you continue to do the same problem that's causing you to make mistakes, well, in order to fix those mistakes, you want to pick the biggest mistake, the biggest challenge that you're having from the week previous, and you want to write that goal down on what you need to fix. For instance, you might say, you know what, I'm holding on to my losers, the losing trades. I'm supposed to only lose 1%, but I'm losing on average 1.5% or 2%. Well, and that means you need to cut your losers short. So that might be the number one thing you need to fix, and you're going to write that goal down. Or maybe there's another thing that you're doing. You're too hesitant, and you're not getting into the trade when you should, and it's causing you to miss a trade. That's another thing. Or maybe you're basically getting into the trade late, or you're closing your trade too early. Maybe you're winning, and instead of just holding on to your winners and letting them continue to grow in profit, you're getting nervous and you just take a little bit of profit, Well, you're noticing that because you're taking a little bit of profit, your winners are not big enough to outproduce your losers. And so that might be the number one thing you want to write down, to let your winners grow more. And so if you look at the 7 list here, is you want to have written down what's your total risk per trade, meaning like if you lose this trade, how much are you willing to risk on your total account balance? So maybe if you had a balance, you want to only risk 1% of your balance. Well, then you write down 1%. Maybe on this, you might say, okay, how many positions am I allowed to trade every time I want to place a trade? How many positions can I get into? Well, some people only do 1. Some people do 2. Some people do 3. Some people do 4. So that needs to be in your trading plan if you tend to get into multiple positions. Number 3 is how much are you going to risk per position? Well, that's simple. You take the total risk per trade, which if it's 1%, and you divide it by how many positions, right? Then you want to make sure what's your stop loss position. And the next thing is your stop adjustment. And a stop is basically if the trade goes against you and you're losing money, at what point are you going to get out of the trade and close your trade? Well, you need to have a stop, because if you don't have a predetermined plan, then it could go against you really bad and you can lose a significant amount of profit or a significant amount of money. You could also have a trailing stop and also your take profit. At what point do you want to actually take the profit and close your trade when it's winning? So if you notice, here's an example. 1% risk for this trade. I want to take 4 positions per trade. Well, risk per position would be 0.25% on average, right? My stop loss, where do I want to put my stop loss? Well, I could put it at the swing low or swing high. All depends. And again, you can learn about that. Your stop adjustment, when do you want to adjust your stop? Well, maybe once you go 1R, you want to set your stop adjustment to break even. And this is all part of the One-Click Pro Trader will do a lot of this work for you, but it's always good to know and have this in the background to know what your plan is. Trailing stop, maybe you're trailing your position by 2R, 1% risk per trade. Then once it goes in 2%, that's when your trail kicks in and it follows it by 2R. And then also you might say, look, I want to take my profit at 3R, which means you're risking 1%, and 3R means that you want to make 3%. 3 times your risk. That's why 3R means 3 times your risk. So You want to make 3%, but you're risking if you take a loss will be 1%. So this is basically a summary of how to create a trading plan and making sure that you're in position for success.